Okay. This video is going to be Vince McMahon on Stone Cold Steve Austin's I'm wearing a Kurt Angle shirt on this video. Maybe I should have... With that being said, minus the shirt, Vince McMahon was on Stone Cold's podcast, and a lot of people are talking about this because it's been a total U-turn on total opposite of what everyone thought it would be. Myself included. I really thought Vince would go in there and give every politically correct answer possible when it comes to CM Punk, when it comes to why guys are being this, that, and you kind of figured it would all be something, WWE would conduct. The questions would be Stone Cold would have all the questions already given to him, but he would throw his own kind of curveball and his own touch to it. But the way they put it, Stone Cold's asking him about Cesaro, why he's not getting a push, why there's so many writers. He asked him about CM Punk. He asked him just questions that you wouldn't really expect a chairman of that caliber to really answer. And Vince McMahon really, of what people say, of what I'm reading, the most tell-all interview Vince McMahon has probably ever done. And it's cool that they're face-to-face. You're literally watching them as they talk. There's no... especially those phone interviews. I don't know if you guys listen to it or any podcast at all, but when the two guys are sitting across from each other, you really see the conversation flowing, and it makes a lot more of a good listen. But when it's done with over the phone, sometimes there's static, sometimes the other guy can't hear what he's saying, and it just, you kind of lose just interest really quite easily. But now with WWE production, the high def, you have the production can really make a big difference on how much you enjoy and how much an interview really comes across. And Stone Cold Steve Austin giving Vince McMahon the tough questions, and just from what I read, he asked him about CM Punk, and Vince said that he did not listen to the podcast but did hear what he had to say, and he hopes to one day work with CM Punk again. To him, if he was able to bury the hatchet with guys like Stone Cold, who also walked out, guys like the Ultimate Warrior, guys like Bret Hart, even, guys like Eric Bischoff, what makes CM Punk any different, And he said one day CM Punk may regret the comments that he said, but when it comes to Vince, I think it was already pretty apparent that if Punk wanted to come back, I'm sure Vince would have no problem, because he's a guy of business, and he knows that after this long now, everyone knows what happened, and CM Punk coming back can easily be a great headline on any show, whether it be WrestleMania or a main event. And so that was that. He talked about Shane McMahon, what he's up to, and I think a lot of people have kind of forgotten about Shane, because he was really the guy who was, I expected to really get the whole company in the palm of his hands and run old daddy's business, but you gave Stephanie and Triple H are the ones doing that. And Vince didn't really go into too much detail, but said he's very talented and he had other interests outside of wrestling, and he's enjoying his life and his family. And when it came to Cesaro, not sure what he said, but from what I read on Twitter, people are like, man, like Stone Cold actually asked him about this. He asked him about the writers, and but it was cool. Like, I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna try finding a link to it. But from early comments, early tweets, it looks like it's something that you don't want to miss. And WWE did a good job on strategically putting it on December 1st. So if you sign up today, that would give your, I don't know, however you want to do your network subscription, but it's a hook. It's a hook to make you want to buy, whether it be a month, whether it be a year, whether it be 6 months. And I can't, I don't know. But, I'm sure there are people who went out of their way and they purchased the network just to see this interview. And I think if now that I know that it'd be cool, what's to expect, maybe I'd be one of those people too, because you can't find it online, which is almost impossible. But if worst comes to worst, you don't find it online, WWE's the only way to go. Hey, you get a pay-per-view in, well, actually, is there a pay-per-view in December? Yeah, there's TLC. So you get the TLC pay-per-view and you get the Stone Cold Steve Austin podcast. That's whether if they put it on demand or not. But that's all. I'm just rambling on. And hey, maybe even Kurt Angle one day, have his shirt on. Maybe one day he'll come back to WWE. But so, never know. But that's all. I'll see you guys in the next video.